Fellow Africans, listen up. This is an important message that I want us all to hear and to spread around. While researching for this video, I came across so many stories of detained Africans, deportation of Africans, denial of entry into African countries by fellow Africans. And it got me wondering why we keep doing this to each other. As a traveler, I've experienced it all, so let's talk about it. Number 1, African travelers like Wode Maya, like myself, like Richard, the nomad from Togo, and so many others have been detained, deported, or denied entry into African countries with little to no reason given and no compensation or apology made. For example, Wode Maya was detained at the Togo-Ghana border for over 12 hours, and he shared his experience on why he almost didn't make it to his flight back home. According to the border officials, he was accused of spying for the Ghana Armed Forces. How ridiculous is that? Yet they wanted him to pay $200 to let him go. He also paid $200 for a Cameroonian visa, even though both countries are in West Africa and they both have visa-free agreements. That same Wode Maya has also been called out by the Gambia government after he dared to criticize them in a tweet. And just recently, a Nigerian was denied entry into Kenya, yet the president of Kenya who traveled to Nigeria got a heroic welcome and was treated like a king. Number 2, traveling across Africa can feel more like a struggle than an adventure. Getting visas, paying high prices, and dealing with ever-changing immigration rules can be a big headache for African travelers. From asking for extra money at the border to checking your phone calls repeatedly to ensure you meet the requirements, it takes a lot of effort to plan a trip in Africa. No, 3, some visa fees are way too high. For instance, getting a visa to visit Congo can cost between $250 to $400, while a multiple entry visa to Cameroon costs $300. Now, compare that to getting a Schengen visa, which gives you the freedom to travel to more than 26 countries in Europe for as low as €80, which is less than $100. Number 4, borders are supposed to connect us, not keep us apart. But our borders are a mess because they were drawn by colonial powers to divide and conquer us. They never considered the ethnic groups or the cultural ties that crossed these lines. Instead, they just drew borders that made sense for them, not for us. This artificial division continues to affect us today, blocking our unity and our ability to move freely. Number 5, while we're stuck within our own borders, Europeans can travel all over Africa with ease. For example, with one visa, a Schengen visa, you can travel across more than 26 European countries without any border checks. It's incredible, but here in Africa, we need different visas to visit neighboring countries. Number 6, the irony is that wild animals move more freely across Africa than we do. The majestic migration of wildebeest between the Masai Mara National Reserve in Kenya and the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania is a testament to this. These animals don't need visas or passports to cross international borders. Their freedom of movement is a stark contrast to the restrictions faced by African citizens. Number 7, European passports often give them an easier access to African countries than African passports do to other African countries. With certain exceptions, holders of European passports can enter many African countries without obtaining a visa in advance. For instance, a tourist from France can enter Kenya without a visa and stay for up to 90 days. However, if a Kenyan citizen wants to visit France, they must obtain a short-stay visa. Number 8, there are attempts to make things right. One step in the right direction is the ECOWAS. ECOWAS was established to promote economic integration among West African countries and to allow for free movement of people and goods across borders. In theory, it's great, but in reality, it's a different story. Corruption, non-enforcement of the agreement, and the failure to address the root causes of illegal migration remain major challenges to free movement within the ECOWAS region. For example, the payment of unofficial fees at borders continues to hinder the free movement of people and goods despite the protocol that should allow for such movements. Then we have the Causa visa, which allows tourists to visit Botswana, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. But guess what? Africans can't get it. Only foreign tourists can. Number 9. The most recent positive development was when Kenya announced visa-free entry for all Africans. This is a game changer. Since its implementation, the country has witnessed a significant increase in the number of African visitors. Number 10. The ultimate solution lies in embracing a borderless Africa. Imagine having one African passport valid for every African country. A passport that enables you to travel freely across the continent, whether for work, tourism, or business. No more visas, no more border checks, no more unnecessary restrictions. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? This is the vision of the African Union, a vision that includes the free movement of people and goods across the continent. It's about time we remove those colonial borders that only serve to divide us. Let's open our borders and embrace the beauty of our diversity. After all, we are all Africans and our future is intertwined. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, hold on. What about security concerns and border control measures? Well, here's the thing, trust is something that can be built. Yes, there are security concerns, and we need to address them through dialogue and cooperation among African nations. But we can't let security concerns be an excuse to keep our borders closed. Not addressing these concerns will only lead to further marginalization, which could have negative consequences down the road. Remember, a secure Africa can only be achieved when we prioritize the security and well-being of our people. And that includes allowing them to move freely within our borders. The truth is many Africans are afraid of a borderless Africa. They think it means removing physical borders and creating a chaotic situation. But that's not what it's about. A borderless Africa is not about removing physical borders. It's about changing the way we think. It's about shifting our mindset. We need to understand that a borderless Africa doesn't mean the end of borders. It simply means removing the barriers, the restrictions, the visa requirements, and the corruption that hinders our free movement. It's about creating a single market where people and goods can move freely, where trade can thrive, and where our economies can grow together. A borderless Africa will facilitate the free movement of people, promoting cultural exchange, fostering understanding, and strengthening the bonds that unite us as Africans. Number 11. We are calling on our leaders to take action. It's time for them to prioritize the needs of their citizens. Let's tag our presidents on social media and demand change. We need to spread the word, raise awareness, and make our voices heard. Together, we can bring about change, so let's start the conversation. Let's use the hashtag provided, and let's demand a better Africa for all of us. So that's it for me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep exploring.